Hello, hello, hello.
Hi, friends.
Hello.
It's time for the Red 5 Tavern. Took a week off. Hope you missed us. We're back. We've got Irshc, the Reborn Ranger, Nerho, the Halfling Rogue, Kayleesha, the Moon Elf Druid, and Venestra, the Wood Elf Warlock. Y'all ready to have some fun?
Yes.
Yes.
Ready.
Well,
Yes.
fun. We'll see about that. Yeah.
Fun.
Fun, not dying. How about that? Let's do that.
Sure. Okay. On the last episode of the Red 5 Tavern, some of you found yourselves at the Longhouse trying to sort through the mysteries there. You were visited by Snicket, the courier for Gobfast, a kind of magic item delivery service using wormholes, and he was able to give Venestra a mace of corpse slaying. Soon after that, the kind of morning arrived, and with it, this kind of broiling storm, and a bunch of alarms or bells started going off in town, church bells, clock towers, etc. And a guard approached you in the Longhouse, asking if there were any other guards around, saying there's a big ruckus happening at the actual bay that Tempest Bay is named after. And so deciding to find out for yourselves what's going on, you went, and what you found were a large mishmash collection of different kind of twisted, mutated sea creatures from the briny deep, attacking the town itself. Lots of them just like covered in this black goo. Some of them like spitting it out and injuring friend and foe alike. And you managed to hold yourselves together during this conflict and managed to fight them off enough for them to back off. But then the water kind of churned back and revealed this huge form kind of underneath it as the storm intensified and turned into like a full-blown tempest. This kind of giant jellyfish-looking thing. And that's where we left off. However, two of you here were not a part of that adventure. And camera cuts to both of you. Now you find yourselves on the morning of when this happened in the Red 5 Tavern. So you've been attending to your own business in these past few days, might be weeks for some of you, and this is kind of the usual spot where everybody meets. I believe Irshc, you saw the note on the Longhouse door, basically saying like, "Hey y'all, this place is too hot. If you want to lose the heat, head back to the Red 5 Tavern." So you managed to get there, and Nerho, of course, managed to find yourself there as well. And as the morning dawns, the sun kind of coming up, kind of filtered through this kind of like cloudy sky. A bright red, a warning to sailors and seamen alike. And you just kind of settle in for breakfast, and you're having a conversation together. What do you discuss?
We could be talking about all the loot that Nerho seems to disappear with every time we see him.
I separated it evenly. I gave it all to Kayleesha. She has it in her bag of holding. I know nothing. But what I do know is this coffee is horrid. As he takes it out.
Terrible. It's not what I'm used to.
Well, unfortunately, we'll never have one of those good cups of coffee again from Kark.
What do you mean? What
Oh,
happened?
shit. Well, about that. Our favorite innkeeper is on death's door, unfortunately. I think it has to do with the doppelgangers. Oh, you don't know about those either. Okay.
Leave for one cheesesteak.
Everyone gets visions of grandeur. Barkeep, more coffee. So I fill in Irshc about what's happened since he's been sort of on this mission for this ultimate cheesesteak, and I bring him up to speed of what's happened since the last time he was in the Shadow Realm, which I think was his last adventure.
Yep.
Sort of build out this whole thing for him and the black ooze and how it's infiltrating not just nature but beasts and creatures, and we're definitely getting this almost this tightening noose of evil around us, and not just us. It's more than just us. It's like everyone. And I say that unfortunately that somehow it led back to our favorite innkeeper Cock, and someone had a doppelganger. Remember Bob, the doppelganger we had taken? Well, I think that has something to do with it. And
Bob was a dick.
He was a dick, and thankfully he was in the dark realm. But one of those doppelgangers from his little cell had come in and taken the shape of Cock, and unfortunately Cock was killed prior to that. So we are hoping that Oakenhoof, does that ring a bell? Oakenhoof?
Oakenhoof, yes, the druid.
Yes.
The priest.
Okay. Right. Yes. All right.
Right.
We're good on that.
Have that. High five.
Yeah. Nice. All right. Oakenhoof has been summoned to hopefully resurrect our beloved Cock, if not for his coffee, for his demeanor and free food and I guess. I mean, he's
coffee.
Yeah, he's a kobold, so I mean, what do you want? Yes. His brother Crack, he hasn't been quite as hospitable, but yeah, so there you have it. That's where we are. We have less than a month or the one cycle of the moon before we have to reunite at the at this dark place with some magic users. I don't know about magic, but this darkness has certainly crept up, and we have a battle coming soon that we are quite worried about.
That tracks.
And that's as much as I can tell you, or as much as I remember right now. Of course, Kayleesha's not here to correct me at every turn, but I'm sure she'll do that once we get there.
It must have felt really good to get all that out in one go.
No, because I know how it's wrong.
So, updating Irshc on what's happened. It takes the better part of 30, 45 minutes. And in that time, the kind of rising sun that's coming through the window, that's kind of bathed the room in this like brilliant red, gets like covered over by cloud cover. And you can see that there's like the beginnings of a storm kind of rolling in over Tempest Bay. But you're able to catch Irshc up on everything that's happened.
Nice. Now we've got a storm outside. I'm guessing time's ticking on that noose thing you were talking about.
If it's that quick, I can only assume that Kayleesha has caused some sort of chaos somewhere.
I'm sure. And looted it.
Although we have yet to see weather taken. I could say if weather has taken a turn for the darkness, this would be a first. And yes, I would agree that this noose certainly has gotten tighter, because we've only seen with creatures and beasts of this plane. And that's happening now. I have no wonder as to what we may be facing next.
Adventures, Half-Man. Adventures.
To adventure!
So you're able to commiserate, complain, beg, cajole over breakfast, and you did get refills on your coffee, but it's the kind of coffee like it's like gas station coffee. Like you only get it because you really need it, and you don't enjoy it, but you just kind of like you just have to endure it.
You know you're gonna get a mouthful of ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
We muscle it down. Okay, got it.
Yep. And before long, you start to hear something odd outside. It sounds like a church bell going off, but it's like don't hold me to this because I don't know. We don't have a shared calendar, but it's like Tuesday. Like, there's no reason a church bell should be going off. I know some of you are going to do
on
it,
any day. It's good. It's fine.
but it's weird.
Not
it's like
noon or 6 p.m., which are the 2 times of the day that the Catholic Church tolls its bells. So
yeah, it's like 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason the church bell should be going off. And then you hear like another set of bells from elsewhere, and then another, and then another. Then you hear like the kind of main clock tower bell going off, but it's not like on the hour. And it just adds to this cacophony. And patrons throughout the Red 5 Tavern are kind of like getting up and like going to the windows to kind of like look outside and see what's going on. Where it's positioned, it doesn't really have a line of sight on anything noteworthy. So people are just like kind of wondering what's going on, chattering about that. And suddenly the door kind of bursts open and you see a city guard kind of walking in. He looks to be like maybe half elf, like a bright red beard. And he's just like out of breath, panting, and he's like looking around. He's like, "Are there any guards in here?" He's like looking around.
I'm sorry, what?
"Are there any guards in here?
Oh,
Something going down at Tempest Bay."
Okay,
Nothing
guards,
God,
something,
bro.
something,
Oh,
Tempest
guards.
Bay.
Gotcha.
Guards, yeah.
No. What's going on?
"Look, if anyone can make themselves useful, meet me down at Tempest Bay. Anyone else? Barricade yourselves and hide." And he just like closes the door.
Kayleesha really did do something.
I told you. I didn't. I put it out there. It's my fault. I'm sorry. It's my fault.
You spoke this evil into existence.
Well, what do you say? Take a stroll
That's-
down to the bay?
Let's go see what's going on, because I have a funny feeling that we're going to see our compatriots down there.
At least one of them. And probably the floozy elf.
Yeah, at least one of them.
They're like the odd fellows. Only they're chicks.
And strategic. I mean, Red 5 Tavern is somewhat near like the Tempest Bay, the actual bay itself. It's not like in the center of town. It's more onto the left-hand side. So, Okay, cool. All right, let's head out there.
All right,
Yeah,
so
let's, make our way down.
you leave your payment on the table as you leave, assuming you're responsible adults, and which is a big assumption.
Who left the payment?
I got it.
Oh.
I got it.
Yeah, you're the best. Yeah, I owe it to you. I always liked you.
So plop a gold down as you leave, and as you go outside, like the wind is starting to pick up. Dark clouds are rolling in, and there's a sense of panic in the streets. People are running, kind of like shuttering themselves in to their homes or their places of business, and you see like a small detachment of city guards, kind of marching at a brisk pace, more like jogging, in formation down the street, and kind of looking where they're going. It's pretty clear they're on one of the main streets heading towards Tempest Bay proper.
So we double time it over there to get over there as quickly as we can.
Yeah.
Okay. So making your way there, you start to hear like the sounds of battle in the distance. Metal clanging on metal, shouts from civilians, city guards. It all kind of blends together, and this kind of like pit in your stomach drops as you realize kind of the gravity of the situation. And as you approach, you finally get eyes on the bay itself, and you see that it has been overrun by these kind of hideous, mishmashed, corrupted sea creatures. You see what looks like mollusks mixed with lobsters, kind of like huge fiddler crabs and smaller like mollusks who are like spitting. These kind of like artillery shells of like black goo everywhere, and most of them are like covered in black goo of some kind, and you would recognize it as the same kind of phenomenon that you've encountered before. So this pit in your stomach like sinks even lower as you kind of realize like, oh, this is like Ganjor Shadow Realm kind of nonsense going on.
I tap Irshc's shoulder.
You don't.
Right. The black goose. Yeah, avoid that at all costs. I forgot about that one.
I would think so. They're
Yeah.
shooting it at us. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not good. Yes, not good.
Great. She had to get a unicorn horn.
So as you arrive, kind of midway through this battle, you see that there are a bunch of city guards just kind of like scattered throughout the beach, and it's chaos. It's not like one front fighting another as much as like 25 little mini battles playing out at the same time, and they're trying to keep order but just barely able to hold it together. But you do see some familiar faces in the crowd, and you seem to have arrived at a point where the battle seems to be tipping in the favor of the citizens of Tempest Bay, as some of these like hideous hulking creatures with like giant lobster claws are defeated, and you recognize some of the goodness, what's your group name? My brain's not working.
Pardoned? We're the pardoned.
Pardoned.
Pardoned, thank you. You recognize some of the pardoned as you've reached this point where they're able to drive some of them off, and some of them are just like panting, heavy breathing, and there's kind of a look of acknowledgement as you arrive that like reinforcements are here. And Kayleesha and Venestra, this is when you would take notice of Irshc and Nerho arriving from the Red 5 Tavern.
Okay, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on Venestra, at the same time yelling over my shoulder, "So, Irshc, you finally done eating that cheesesteak?"
Looks like just in time, too.
And
What did you do?
Let's see. Cure Wounds is...
What did you do? Did someone steal a gold coin from someone's locker or chest somewhere down in the deep?
What in the Davy Jones crap is going on here?
That's the quote of the episode, everybody.
There you go.
8, 5.
Venestra is yelling and saying that it's about fucking time you two showed up.
It's always
And-
you two.
Venestra, with that
It wasn't
action,
our faults.
All right,
I
Kayleesha,
just
you're
gave
healing?
you- I just gave Venestra 22 hit points of healing, or 22
All right.
points of healing.
Ooh.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to guzzle one of my potions of healing.
Nice.
2d4 plus 2.
Can we kind of tell, like, do they look really beat up? Do they look...
I'm kind of really beat up.
I'm about 50% down, so if that makes you
You guys are
about
looking good.
50%. So we fought hard, which is why we're like, nice of y'all to show up finally. Shit.
Well, we had our coffee and it was the second round. It wasn't very good, so we figured we'd show up. What do you want from
Oh,
us?
well.
Terrible coffee, which
Also,
we'll get into apparently after all of this is going on.
just a note for those playing at home, we're using a house rule for D&D where consuming a potion for yourself takes a bonus action, but giving a potion or a healing potion to someone else costs an action to do.
Yes. And I just
So those of you typing in the comments right now, like, Kayleesha can't take 2 actions in a turn. That's why.
Because we homebrew.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Good
just
roll.
healed myself with that potion for 7 additional hit points. So
All right.
I'm still in rough shape, but I'm not like hey guys. I'm like a little
Okay.
better than that. Like, ears not
Okay.
falling off and my ears not.
You look good.
Is anyone else doing anything that could take like an action to do?
Not right
Or, like
now.
a round to do.
Say no at this point.
I've got nothing helpful.
And I'm just trying to like really assess what's going on, like this chaos that's in front of us, trying to look at what the heck is going on here.
Looking for friend
Okay.
and foe.
Yeah, as you're kind of taking in the situation, the fighting, at least like right in front of your friends, has kind of died down. But as you arrive, you almost like a sixth sense get this premonition that like something is changing, and you notice that the waters of the bay kind of like recede in towards the bay itself, and you like it's starting to churn, and the storm is in like full effect. You see lightning crackle and the thunder roar, and this kind of like large bulbous shape starts like forming in the bay itself, and it finally crests the water, and you see this huge kind of like the bulb of this kind of jellyfish looking creature with like a bunch of tentacles pointing out from the water, and you probably would have noticed on your way in that there were some tentacles you know, grabbing people, crushing ships, that sort of thing. And it finally reveals itself, and you see in this kind of like purplish blue kind of jelly-like appearance on the bell itself. It has these kind of like 3 glowing pustules on it. That it's like this like sickening like black and purple kind of appearance, but it seems to be like glowing from within, and almost like if like oil gave you an infection on your skin, and it's just like this like filled boil. It's like disgusting. But there's like 3 of them just on the surface of this thing. And what's most unsettling and kind of terrifying about it is that it just doesn't make a sound. Aside from like the rushing water kind of like trailing off of it, it doesn't roar, doesn't hiss, doesn't do anything. It's just kind of like silently lifting itself out of the water. And you see right underneath the bell itself, there's like a bunch of seaweed dripping from it, mixed with what appears to be like the trawling net of like a trawling ship, just kind of like hanging off of it. And these tentacles just kind of like raising out of the water, and it seems to have taken notice of you, and as it goes to kind of attack you with one of its tentacles. I need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh my god. Oh my. Okay. What size is this thing? Is this like a gargantuan thing, or like what?
It is gargantuan. Yes.
It's gargantuan.
I look at Kayleesha and say, "What did you do?"
It wasn't me. The guards came to the house, and oh no, I gotta.
She did it.
It wasn't me though.
So,
I
yeah,
promise.
It takes up a 20-foot by 20-foot space. This thing is huge.
Wow. Okay. All
I
right.
got 6 for initiative.
I got 3.
Give me 1 second. I forgot to grab my notebook, but we'll do it live.
Yeah, I Nero there. I did not do it. We were at the Longhouse having a memorial service for Clark, and these guards came running up to the door and said they need all hands on deck, and
I understand. This black ooze is very concerning. This is
Yeah.
we're in a bad spot. Thankfully, I informed our friend Irshc here on all this, so hopefully he lives through the battle just like us, and we can learn to fight one more day.
Nerho Kark's not coming back.
What?
Kark's not coming back. You
guys.
see the tentacle thing, right?
Damn, we're in a tight
I'll
spot.
explain later.
I'll see you later, okay?
Okay.
All right, are we back to initiative
We're in a
again?
tight spot.
Damn, we're
I
in a
was
tight spot.
ad-libbing doing it
We're in a
live.
tight spot.
25 to 20. Who has initiatives 25 to 20?
I got 22.
22. Damn.
Nice, girl.
20.
Wow.
Yeah, that's 20.
Okay, 20 to 15. No one? Oh my
No.
god. 15 to 10.
No.
God damn.
Wow. Wow. Okay. 10 to 5. Nero.
I got 6.
It's something.
I got 6.
5 to 0.
Well, it matches his height.
Oh,
It's fine. It matches his height.
oh my
Irshc, what
god.
did you get?
21.
Oh, okay.
21. Oh my god. I missed it
Well,
for
there.
some reason. My apologies.
I didn't hear him either.
I'm sorry.
He's still
Okay.
in food coma from that cheesesteak.
It was a good cheesesteak. You old silly.
Better have been a good cheesesteak.
Or was it
Alright,
from
give me a
Pastor
second here
Gino's?
I haven't seen you
Yes.
in weeks.
Okay. Venestra, you are up first. Irshc,
Yay.
you are on deck. So this thing is like 30 feet out into the bay. It is like, it controls a space of like 20 feet by 20 feet. So it is pretty huge.
Yes.
And those tentacles look like they've got a long reach.
Yes.
So as it's kind of like presenting itself as a threat towards you, what do you do?
Oh my god. Why do you? I hate them. I like tentacles though. I'm actually going to go ahead and hit it with my Eldritch Blast.
Okay. You're just aiming at like it in general?
I want to aim at the head.
Okay. Go ahead and
got
roll the hit.
It's got a range of 300 feet.
Dang.
Okay.
So, alrighty. Let me roll. 13.
13, unfortunately, is going to miss.
Well, that sucks.
Wow.
So you like fire off a shot of this kind of dark eldritch energy that you have a connection with, and it hits the creature, but it's kind of like gelatinous surface. It doesn't quite find purchase, and it just kind of like bounces off.
Okay.
What type of energy is that Eldritch Blast? Is it,
Let me look.
What is the nature?
The beam of
eldritch
it just says a
energy?
beam of crackling energy.
So like lightning, perhaps?
Yes, kind of like a lightning kind of thing.
Okay. All right.
What color do you want it to be?
Red.
Sith.
All right.
Okay.
Like,
All right.
grenades of like this kind of red lightning bolt, like, whoosh, but it kind of like deflects off the surface of it.
Was she aiming at the head or a tentacle?
I was aiming
Yeah,
at
she's
the
aiming
head.
at like the head of it.
But since the head is so jelly, it's practically repelling things because it's
No.
so gelatinous.
Terrible.
Mm-mm-mm.
All right.
Anything else on your turn?
Yeah, go.
Okay, so the head is up out of the water. How far?
The top of it would be like 20 feet. So kind of like the main core of its body would be like, I don't know, between 10 and 15 feet.
But there is a part of its body out of the water.
Yeah. You can see that it's kind of like, it's near enough to the beach itself that it can find some kind of purchase on the shore itself, and it's kind of like lifting itself out of the water. On like some of its tentacles, and then like other tentacles are just kind of like up in the air and kind of like grasping, reaching, getting ready to strike. You don't know what.
Let me send out Sael because he gets his own turn to see if I can sting part of his body with his tail.
Okay.
Send out
How far
who?
can you send him?
I can send him, let's see, he's got a flying speed of 40 feet.
Yeah, he'll be able to make it.
And he gets, I think, his 3d4. So let me roll. Do I have to roll that multiple times though? Just for a refresher?
How do you mean?
Or he has a 3d4, like, so do I have to roll the 4?
The 4 3 times.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You got this.
Then you
I
add them
got
together.
this. Okay.
First, you gotta make an attack roll, see if it hits.
Okay. Well, the attack roll.
I think we should use garlic butter, Ubaldo.
Well, let me see real quick. Let me make sure. Let me make sure that I'm doing
Fry
this
it up
right
with a
this
little bit of
fast.
lemon.
Yeah,
Oh my
see?
God,
Huh?
yes.
Huh? We'll have a cookout after all this.
Get some peppercorn on that. Ooh, baby.
No, this is not going to be a surf and turf.
Just a third.
Mm.
It's gonna be a seafood feast.
This is going to be bad.
Yeah, with the black ooze, it's going to be
Right.
like a low budget buffet. Let's put it that way.
Oh my God.
Just cut the
All right,
fat.
roll that attack.
Okay, yeah, I'm rolling it because I was like, all right. It is a 4
To hit or damage?
to hit.
Did you roll your 20
Oh.
to see if you hit it?
Yeah, that was my 20.
Oh,
Yeah, four's
no.
not going to do it.
Yeah, that sucks.
So you-
Oh, poor Impy.
Your dude kind of like flies up and like with the stinger. You can't see him because he's invisible. But
No, he's invisible.
you know what he's
invisible.
doing.
I know what he's doing.
You got his vibes, and he's just like, and just like can't penetrate through the gelatinous skin.
Okay, I'm not going to make the joke I was going to make. But anyway, yeah, that's
Prom night.
I was like prom night. So that's good. I'm done with mine. That's my turn.
All right, Irshc, you
A
are
bad
up.
prom date.
Okay. Now, are like the tentacles kind of coming up randomly, flailing around? Are they close to us?
Yeah, there's like 10 of them that you can see. Some of them seem to be like already preoccupied. Either like lifting like city guards up, or like one of them's like got like a small like sailing vessel and is just like lifting it up out of the water and like crushing it in half.
Holy, that's the scale of
But
this
some-
thing? It's,
Yeah, but some of them are just like
Fuck.
kind of free and like you're not even sure if this creature has like a mind of its
Right.
own to have, but it seems like they're looking for something to do, something to interact with.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm going to take aim at those pustules on its upper head.
Okay.
With Ray of Frost.
Nice.
Ooh, okay.
So that'll be a 22 to hit.
Yes.
A 22 hits.
Nice.
Go ahead and roll damage. Roll for sandwich.
It hits, thankfully. Jesus.
Fun.
22 misses. Oh, great.
AC is 17.
Ooh.
Let's see. That's 2. So that'd be 8 damage. 8 cold damage. Its speed will be reduced by 10 feet until the start of its next turn.
Okay. Nicely done.
Nice.
The second action, I do have 2 actions.
Oh. How do you figure that?
To
Why do you have 2 actions, Irshc?
What's that?
Why do you have 2 actions?
Dual attack.
Ah,
Nice.
nice.
We're
Because he's
going
cool. That's why.
Cooler than me.
What other
He's
reason
cool
do
that
you need?
way.
Okay, so I have a bonus action of Hunter's Mark I'm going to cast on the
Nice.
creature.
Oh,
Okay.
So will be level. Yeah, it was just a 1 level, first level spell. And
right.
then with that, I'm going to take my longbow and fire a shot at the head as well.
Okay.
Would be
Aiming for the kind of
for
pustule
the
looking thing.
pustule, one of the pustules on its head.
Isn't that a lovely word?
That is
No.
15 to hit.
Only when it pops.
That'd be a 15 to hit.
If you like that kind of thing.
A 15 is not going to hit, unfortunately.
Okay.
But the Ray of Frost does. And as it hits, it seems to do more damage than you're expecting. You kind of like reach out with this kind of connection to natural magic that you have and reach out with like the element of cold and snow and ice and manifest this like beam of cold energy kind of darting blue from your hand, and it manages to hit the mark on this pustule and seems to be more effective than you were expecting. So you do double damage with that attack.
Nice.
So that does that. And then you try to follow it up with a launched arrow after kind of marking this as your prey. And unfortunately, it doesn't quite connect. Seems to deflect off the kind of rounded surface of it. But yeah, anything else you can do on your turn?
No, other than trying to get everybody to realize that looks like the cold made more of a difference.
Good to
All right.
know. Good to know.
Good to know.
The Siphonophore is going to take a legendary action at the end of your turn, and it is going to make a tentacle attack. So, kind of seeing that you've caused damage to it, it's going to react, and one of the tentacles is just going to and try to crash itself into you.
Ah,
Does a 14 hit?
That is not a hit.
Okay. So, having placed your hunter's mark on this creature, you're attuned to its behavior, and your mind is already thinking about like what its behavior might be, how to track it, how to exploit its weaknesses, and just in the nick of time, that clues you into this tentacle kind of heading towards you, and you manage to kind of like roll out of the way as it like impacts the sand right where you were standing, leaving you unharmed as it kind of like raises it up. And that brings us to the jellyfish's turn. So
Now, can I take a reaction to the tentacle hitting me using Giant Killer? When a larger creature you can see within 5 feet hits or misses you with an attack, you can use a reaction to attack the creature immediately.
Nice.
After
Nice.
it's
that's
attacked.
what it's for. Go ahead.
Sweet.
yes.
So I am going to use my Ray of Frost again on the tentacle this time.
Okay.
And
Yeah, go ahead and roll for an attack.
that is a 25 for a hit.
That's a
Yes.
hit. Go ahead, roll
Get it.
for sandwich.
Yes.
I'm gonna head back to Five Tavern for some lunch. I'll see you guys later.
You're a
I
little
got
rat
big
ass
tonight.
back here.
It's a Vegemite sandwich with a 3.
Vegemite.
You ever
All right.
smell
This
that
is a
stuff?
Vita
Oh.
Vitamin.
All right, what's the damage on that?
3.
3. Okay. It does just about the amount of damage as you expect.
Okay.
So as
Pustules
a
double,
kind of
tentacles
as
regular.
a bit of kind of retaliation, like as this tentacle crashes down, poof, you roll out of the way and kind of instinctively you reach into that wellspring of magic within you and shoot out another ray of frost, and it does some damage, but just did not seem to be as effective as against that pustule.
Gotcha.
And then that tentacle kind of like raises up again, and you could clearly see like it's kind of like frostbitten along where you damaged it. Okay, and that brings us to the Siphonophores' turn. What to do?
Who to kill? Who to kill? Who to kill?
I know, that's all I hear. You heard it too?
It is going to use its lightning ability. So,
Oh, of course, right. That.
It's got
see it kind of
lightning
like-
ability.
Yeah.
you see it kind of like twist and turn, and this kind of like black ooze that's on it seems to like shift and like forming patterns on its surface, and it seems to have some kind of connection to magic. And the storm clouds above you are going to kind of like darken and roil and broil, and lightning. 3 lightning bolts kind of crack down from the sky, and I'm gonna need Irshc, Nerho, and Venestra to go ahead and make dexterity saving throws, please.
Oh, thank God, dexterity.
I pissed it off.
Thanks, Irshc.
I got a 13.
I got an 18.
Failure. Success.
I got a 24.
Whoo!
Success.
Wow.
Yep, I really pissed
If
it
you
off.
failed, you take 10 lightning damage. If you succeed, you take 5.
Oh.
Irshc, that was a failure. You take 10 points of lightning damage. Nerho and Venestra, you take 5 as these 3 lightning bolts kind of crack down onto your locations. Nerho and Venestra, you're fast enough on your feet to see it coming, and you manage to dodge out of the way of most of it, but it still superheats the air around you and kind of gives you this kind of like ionization burn, and it still attacks you for some damage. But Irshc, you just take like a direct hit from it, and
Ooh.
Damn it. I got
yeah.
a sunburn. Shit.
Not great. So it's enough to rattle you, not like completely take you out, but like pff, fuck, like
Ooh.
Kayleesha's going to find me some aloe when we get back.
Make up for that crappy coffee.
yeah. And after it does that, actually, let's see if it recharges.
Boy.
It recharges.
It
so is
probably
it-
does.
So it's still kind of like raised up out of the water, with its tentacles just kind of like writhing and grasping into the air. It's feeling on top of the world right now as it's kind of summoning lightning to its cause. And that's going to be its turn. Kayleesha, you are up. Nerho, you're on deck.
All right. I want to see if I can get those pustules with lightning bolts myself.
You can certainly try.
I'm certainly going to try. Oh, shit. I got a 7 to hit.
7 is going to miss, unfortunately.
Fudge! Okay.
You kind of like
Alright.
reach out with this connection to nature that you have, and you're able to summon this like lightning bolt from your hand to like shoot forward. But in the chaos of everything going on around you and the lightning bolts crashing onto your allies next to you, it like throws off your aim just enough that it goes wide.
It's because I was thinking of Nerho calling me carpet shocks in prison, and I just couldn't perform.
Yeah, no,
Of course, it's my fault from a year ago. Fine, I get it. I don't blame you, but I do.
Jeez,
Oh my
Nerho.
god.
It really hurt. I was really hurt by that.
Can we do the therapy session after that? We're going to die.
I gave you love after Kark died. I thought that was enough. I thought we were back at 0. Apparently not.
I
All
don't have
right.
a
Anything else on your turn?
If I had a violin, I'd start playing it right now.
That's all for now. It's still like,
Okay.
what, 50 feet away from me still?
30 feet.
30 feet. Yeah, there's nothing else I can do right now.
But you'd have to like you're like at the water's edge at this point. So if you want to like get to it, you would have to swim through it, and that's going to be more difficult than just walking up. But
Okay, I definitely don't want to go in the water at this time.
okay. All right. So as you kind of like cast and miss, and say curse words at Nerho, you kind of like ready yourself for battle. Just kind of like taking a defensive stance, and that will be your turn. Nerho, you are up. Venestra, you're on deck.
How close am I to the nearest city guard who's not wrapped in a tentacle or dead?
There's one about like 15 feet away. He seems to be like fighting one of the smaller like mollusk things, and seeing as like the mollusk is focused on lobbing kind of this balls of this black goo far distances, and you see that he's like armed with a spear. He seems to have the upper hand.
Okay, so I use my movement and I go up to him, and I want to use my persuasion to say to him, "Damn it, man, where are your siege weapons? Where is Captain Gilbo? We are under attack, and we are simply regular people trying to destroy this gargantuan creature. Where is your plan?"
You know what? He's also a halfling, so go ahead and make a persuasion check with advantage.
Great.
That
Got
15.
halflings running things.
15 plus 3, 18.
That's with advantage?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Um,
The higher roll. Wait a second. Well,
Mhm.
yeah, 7. Yeah, so 18 is the highest roll.
Okay. So kind of like having you kind of blab in one ear, he finally manages to like stick this thing, and as he kind of like pulls his spear out of the mollusk, he kind of turns to you and he's like, "You know what? That's a great idea. We'll pass it up the chain." And he starts like shouting orders. You can see he's basically the equivalent of like a sergeant, so not like that much authority, but he's able to like shout some orders to some underlings, and they kind of like run off, peel off from kind of like the main group of city guards, and the wheels seem to be turning.
Well, that's my attack. That's all I got. But hopefully we got some reinforcements.
That would be your action. If you have any bonus action or movement that you'd like to do.
Well, not really. I've got counterattacks to other attacks, but I can move back to where they are, but that's it. Nothing more than that.
Okay. So as this kind of takes place, you kind of ready yourself for anything that might be coming. And the Siphonophore is going to go ahead and take its second legendary action for another tentacle attack. And this time it's coming at you, Venestra. So this is going to be...
Great.
This is going to be...
Tentacle.
A
Right at Venestra. Right
24 to hit. This is 24 hit.
Yes, it does. It does. Why you gotta ask? Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
No!
All right. That's going to be 18 bludgeoning damage. And you are grappled as this tentacle kind of like impacts the ground, kind of like leaving this kind of shockwave that the rest of you feel. And it knocks you flat, and the tentacle just kind of like grapples around you, and you feel like constricted by this kind of massive coil around you. Maybe you've had a dream or two like this. I'm not one to judge.
It's a
But
little more pleasant than what's going on currently. But yes.
you are now grappled.
Are my hands free?
Let me check something.
Yeah.
Because you are also considered restrained. 1 second. What does
Maybe
it
she
say?
put her arms up like this, like a roller coaster ride, so her arms aren't restrained.
Maybe it went, oh no.
It does not say your hands are restrained. So your speed becomes 0, and you can't benefit from any bonus to your speed. Attack rolls against you have advantage, and your attack rolls have disadvantage. And you have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
Thanks.
So you are currently in the grip of this creature, and that will bring us to your turn, top of the round. Irshc, you are on deck.
Well, let's see. So since I am in its grasp, I'm assuming I can't get to any of my weapons, right? If I'm in its grasp and it's just my hands are free, because I probably can't get to anything if it's wrapped around me. Just a question.
By the rules, technically you can.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing there, or rather, there's nothing saying that you can't. So, yeah, if you need to like draw a weapon and use it, then you certainly can. You're just going to have disadvantage on the attack.
I'd also have disadvantage if I did any magic too, though. Anything I do is disadvantage, correct?
If it's an attack roll, if you cast a spell that forces the jellyfish to make a saving throw, then there's no advantage or disadvantage with that.
Let me see. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and cast Vampiric Touch.
Vampiric Touch. What does that do?
Says the touch of my shadow wreath hands can siphon life force from others to heal my wounds. So I make a melee spell attack against a creature within your reach. On a hit, the target takes 3d6 necrotic damage, and you regain hit points equal to half the amount of necrotic damage dealt. Until the spell ends, you can make the attack again on each of your turns. Casting time is concentration up to 1 minute.
Okay. It is a melee spell attack, which means you would have disadvantage since it's an attack roll. Do you still want to do that? Okay, go for it.
I don't really have. I think I'm kind of like not. I don't think I have much of a thing on this one, so I think I'm gonna do that.
As long as you have all the information you need and you're still making the decision, that's all I care about.
I'm gonna make the decision because at this point, I think I'm kind of effed.
Okay.
Yep, you got to do it. Yep.
I got a 16.
16 just misses. The AC is 17.
Oh no!
So you managed to like place your hands on.
Huh?
Is that like all your bonuses and everything? Like that's everything?
Yeah, I did it on there. Yeah, I did it on the thing. So it
right.
calculates it all for me, Charles.
Okay.
Oh, no, I wish it didn't.
So you place your hands on the tentacle that's kind of grasping you, and you reach out with this kind of dark magic that you're used to, and you're focused on drawing the life essence of this creature out of it, and you get it to like the surface of the skin almost, but just as it's about to kind of reach you and you're able to like siphon this life force out of you, the creature kind of resists this, and just through the power of its sheer determination and will is able to kind of resist it and like keep that life force inside of it, and you're unable to siphon it out of this thing. But you're very, very close. I'm so sorry.
That was gonna be a cool fucking spell too.
Ooh. You don't have movement. Do you have any bonus actions?
I can take a bonus action, so I'm not gonna do something. But all my spell slots are done, so I'd have to do a cantrip or a regular attack. So
yeah, if any of them are bonus actions, you can do that.
You know, this is where I got a little gray with this because it didn't really tell me exactly what I could use as a bonus action when I looked it up. So,
okay. It would say in the spell itself.
If it's a bonus action?
I'm trying to imagine the D&D Beyond layout right now, and I can't. So
I want to say
yeah.
none of the ones I have are.
Okay. Let's assume not at this point. Go ahead and check them in between turns, and then
I will, because I'm going to say they're not.
and then we'll get to you next round.
Okay. I'm cool. I'm in the tentacles.
Go to your happy place. Okay. At the
Look
end
at
of your
the
turn,
hook.
the Siphonophore is going to take another legendary action, and let's see, what is it gonna do? What is it gonna do?
Retreat. It's going to retreat.
Right.
It's gonna make another tentacle attack. This time against
that
you,
too.
Nerho. Does a 21 hit?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
halfling
So
has
small.
25 armor class.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If
yeah.
only. If only.
Uh-huh.
That's going to be 13 points of bludgeoning damage as another tentacle comes crashing down, and you are grappled and restrained. It's either a athletics or acrobatics check to escape. Sorry, I should have told you this, Venestra. That's on me. It's an athletics or acrobatics check to escape, and the escape DC is 17.
Ooh, I got acrobatics +7. Come on. 13. 20.
Not-
Poof.
Not your turn yet, so we'll get to you.
Great.
But I'm proud of your initiative.
I know, right?
Okay, that's the legendary action. Irshc, it is your turn.
Okay.
What do you do?
I am going to use a second level ice knife.
Oh,
It is
nice.
a ranged
Ooh.
spell attack.
Nice.
Okay.
So we are going to go with 22 to hit.
Ah,
Yeah, that's a hit.
Okay. So that's,
Get him,
Make
Irshc,
sure
you're the only one rolling tonight.
you hit a creature with your hunter's mark, so make sure that applies.
Yes.
I'm not exactly sure what it does, but
gotcha.
forget
It
that.
gives me an extra d6
Cool.
damage. So that will be level 2.
and what are you targeting?
I am targeting the pustule on his head. So with the drop of water, I create this icy spike. I throw it
Nice.
to pustule, causing D10, right? For 8 piercing damage.
Okay, that
As
will double
that
to 16.
Spike hits the pustule, though, it now explodes.
Oh, okay.
The target must succeed on a dexterity throw.
No.
Okay.
so let's just keep these tentacles occupied while Irshc just takes the rest of it. Let's just do that.
I mean,
Guys,
this thing is
hold
huge
tight.
and bulky. This thing is huge and bulky. It's not very dexterous, so we'll see what happens.
Irshc, here.
11.
And that is not a save. So we will go.
Okay, that's a failure.
It is going to take 3d6 cold damage.
Oh!
Nice.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And that would be 11 cold damage to that pustule. And
Okay, double to 22.
Just a question: are these pustules going to be considered like one thing, three things?
There's 3 of them, and with the damage that you caused, it would be enough for it to burst, which is actually
Okay,
good.
because anything within 5 feet of that will also take that cold damage.
Oh,
Okay. All right.
Dr. Pimple Popper here is
So satisfying.
So, are we establishing that Venestra and Nerho are not within 5 feet of the pustules?
Yeah, these 20 feet up in the air.
Okay, great.
What was the damage on that explosion?
It was 11 cold damage.
Okay, double to 22. So another pustule's gonna
Ugh.
take that as well.
nice.
Sweet.
Just got pustules popping all over the place tonight.
Yeah.
Looking for love in all the
you-
wrong places.
As you described, the air is just thick with this kind of like briny salt kind of taste as the seawater is just kind of churned up from everything going on and like carried by the wind. And you reach out with your connection to nature to kind of seize one of the droplets, and you freeze and expand it into this kind of like this dagger shape. And grasping hold of it, you take aim and throw, and it's flying as straight as can be, as if it was on like a guide wire, and it manages to puncture that pustule and then explode with this kind of like icy blast, and it ends up destroying that pustule, but the icy blast manages to damage another one. You can see it kind of like frozen over with this kind of white frost appearance as you do some serious damage to the jellyfish.
Awesome.
Wow.
So now with my second action,
Yes.
Rangers, dude.
I am going to run to Nerho, since he is the smallest, and well, let's just put it this way: he gets hurt a lot. You use my +2 scimitar to see if I can cut through that tentacle to release it.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an attack.
Actions. 15. 24. That'd be a 26 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll for sandwich.
1d6 plus 6. 1d6 plus 6. 8 damage on the tentacle.
Okay, you damage it. It's not quite enough to release the grasp, but you kind of like slice through the gelatinous skin that it has, and you're clearly hurting it, but it's not quite enough to compel it to let go.
All right.
You gotta do 10 damage to do it.
Guess you'll be sticking around for a little while longer. And that is the end of my turn.
Okay.
Well,
Man,
Matt,
dude.
I appreciate your efforts. Listen, it's taken quite a while for you to take care of this entire battle. Can you speed it up, please?
1 plus jewel at
All
a
right.
time, sir.
Okay, the jellyfish is going to use a legendary action at the end of your turn. And it is going to fling Nerho into the air. So as you kind of like cut,
Oh, look at the little guy flying through the air.
I find that laugh quite damning, you bitch.
We're like,
You're the dwarf flossing.
You
okay, so as it's kind of like grabbing you and it's like damaged by Irshc, the tentacle just kind of like lifts up into the air, and you feel yourself pulled by this huge tentacle, and then you're suddenly released, and you are just hurled, throttling towards the ground, and you will suffer.
Picturing it in my head.
You suffer 9 points of bludgeoning damage as you are just. It's like a pile driver into the beach, and you are just left like there's this like divot in the sand where you collide and slide for a little bit, and you are just head down, feet in the air, just
Wow.
so you are no longer grappled or restrained, but you are now prone and have taken bludgeoning damage.
And
Sorry,
5 pride damage, apparently, because all I can hear is Kayleesha cackling in the background as my ass skids through the loose sand.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that was a funny picture in my head.
He's
And,
got some friction burn from that.
Yeah.
I know.
And
I'm
now
next.
it's the jellyfish's turn. Kayleesha,
I'm
you're on deck.
Yeah.
It has its lightning recharged, and it's going to use it.
Shit.
So, Kayleesha, Venestra, and Irshc, I need you all to make dexterity saving throws, please.
Apparently, I have sand protection. I'm buried in 4 feet of sand.
It's already taken it out on you.
It's at some pity.
18.
23.
I got 18.
11.
18 success, 11 failure,
23.
23 success.
As if being in the
one
mall wrapped up isn't enough.
second. 1 second. Just 1 second. Like that. Okay, if you failed, you take 12 points of lightning damage. If you succeeded, you take 6. As again, these kind of 3 bolts of lightning pour down. It's just this deafening crack through the air as the kind of air is superheated around you and just suddenly expands and contracts. Very weird feeling. Like those of you who have like body hair, like you feel it kind of like standing on end, like right before the blow. But yeah,
Nero's
so if
pretty
you
hairy.
I'm covered in hair.
I'm down to 8 hit points.
Just call me a fucking Chewbacca.
Ooh,
Oh,
Yeah.
Venestra.
not looking good.
Yep.
Does it recharge? No,
Looking
it
like
doesn't.
I'm about to meet the dark one earlier than I thought.
Stop doing that.
Oh. Okay.
All right, that is the jellyfish's turn. Kayleesha, you are up. Nerho, you're on deck.
How far am I away from Venestra at this point?
At this point, probably like 15 feet. Venestra's not like up in the air quite
Okay.
yet, but still grappled and restrained by it.
I'm going to like run those 15 feet over to her and quick cure wounds on her since she's just about dead.
All right.
Let's see. Jesus. 3. 4, 5, 13, 14. You got 15, honey. Got 15
Thanks,
points
Kiki.
back. You
Thanks,
got
Kiki.
it. You got it. You got it, Vernie.
As you kind of rush over, you outstretch your hands and lay them on Venestra, and Venestra, you kind of feel this this kind of primal life force kind of enter you, and you
Ooh.
feel like some of your cuts closing, and you feel like your blood pumping again, and you're not quite as tired and worn out as you were before.
I'm feeling less dead, guys.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
All right,
Thank you.
Kayleesha, anything else?
No. No. Oh wait, yes, yes. If I can touch Venestra, I can touch the thingamajigger itself, the tentacle. Right? Yeah, I can
tentacly?
touch that tentacle, and I have
Touch
a
it.
bonus cantrip. I'm going to heal Venestra, and then I'm going to meow primal savagery my nails.
Okay.
That's really savage there.
That's a cantrip. Let's see, and I'm just gonna swipe it, swipe his skin.
She just
And
scratched the
let's see, let's roll this baby. And
Roll it
we've
up.
got 6 and we've got 7, and that's a +5. So 18 points of damage.
Wow.
Do you need to roll an attack, or does it just hit?
It's a cantrip, so it just hits.
That's not how that works.
Oh, it's not?
No, it's an action.
Mm-mm.
You gotta-
Oh,
What's the thing called?
primal savagery.
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 It's gotta be.
Savage.
It's an action to cast that. So it's either heal,
Oh, it says bonus.
either heal Venestra
cantrip.
or do that.
Okay, sorry. I thought it was a bonus. Then I can't.
It is
do
a
that.
action to cast.
Yeah,
it's
Venestra
either-
needs to be healed more. Okay,
I
sorry
still
about
wanted to
that.
see you claw it next time.
Maybe next time.
Do you have an ability that lets you do that as a bonus action?
No, I don't have bonus actions. I just have one bonus cantrip.
Okay, that might be like a cantrip that you normally would not get except for some other ability that you have.
Right.
But it is an action to
Yeah.
cast.
Okay. Then I apologize for that one.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, that will be your turn. Nero, you are up. What do you do?
It's down.
He needs to spit the sand out of his mouth first.
Ooh. Yeah, it is everywhere.
Nero
Like,
looted all the sand.
You could try to use the shower, the little shower head at the beach. Like you're gonna be finding sand in places you never knew you had for like a
My
week.
sandals are so uncomfortable right now.
Priorities, Nero.
I could see Nero rocking the Crocs.
Birkenstocks, thank you very much.
Oh, so stylish.
First of all, do I see any movement or any sort of like city guard, like work happening that is going to help this Tempest Bay protect itself? Is there anything happening or nothing yet?
I mean, as best as you can tell, since you were just on a trip, you gave a suggestion to the sergeant, and he belted out orders, and it seems like people were running to pass those orders along.
Okay.
Seems like things are happening. It's just going to take time.
All right. Okay. So at least they're on task. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my I'm going to use my short bow and use my action to add poison to it and launch an arrow at it. See if it has anything
Okay.
effect. Oh, fuck.
Oh no. What was it?
Yeah, 4. Well,
Oh.
plus whoa.
Plus 2.
It's a 6.
Oh.
Get the last out of that.
No.
Not
No,
For
just
the
it's
a
not.
4.
halfling, that's a
Oh.
lot for the halfling. That's a lot.
That's not a lot.
Yeah.
Nero, do you see what I'm doing over here?
Hi, I'm
Slow clap.
like I'm
Slow
in a
clap
tentacle
for you.
grasp here. Hi, it's me. I'm just hanging out over here.
Oh Christ. Yeah, that's
Oh.
it. Yeah, I don't have any bonus action that's not precipitated by an attack, so that's it for me.
Okay. So yeah, you like kind of try to get yourself up, dust yourself off as best as you can. And like the sand has like gotten into your eyes, like you were like bloodshot and you're like,
See? That's why.
and you're-
That's why. See?
yeah. And you're like trying to take aim at this thing. You're just like, and you fire off and it's nowhere near close. Like you did your best, but
You
the
almost
odds
hit
were
me.
against you.
Jesus. Oh boy.
Okay. Anything else in your turn?
I just sit there and cry.
Just shame.
I mean,
It's a bonus.
That's
Actually,
an
you're
action,
invalid.
isn't it?
My bonus action, I'll just start like taking the sand out of my eye and my cracks and all this stuff.
okay.
Nero, you can rinse it out with some seawater.
Oh.
Wow. Bitch. Bitch.
Once I get out of this,
Okay.
Nero's hand is
Venestra,
gonna
that brings
smell.
us to you, top of the round. What do
I
you
know.
do?
I'm in such an advantageous position right now. Okay, well, I would like to actually use Sael. I'd like to use Impy and see if Impy can sting
Okay.
the tentacle that is wrapped around me.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an attack. It's got like 45 feet of movement. So,
Yes.
It's invisible, actually, so this would be with advantage.
Nice.
Okay. Oh shit! I am rolling like shit tonight.
Oh.
Get in
It
line.
was
Roll
a
with
8.
advantage?
Well, yeah, it still wouldn't hit.
Even with advantage? Oh no.
Yeah, I
Y'all.
suck. So that was his turn, but I still get mine. So
Okay. There you go.
So the only thing I think I can really do at this point. Okay, so what direction am I facing? Am I just like
You're
waving
facing,
around
like-
in there?
You're like facing towards the creature. You might be like a couple feet off the air, but not much. So like you're facing the creature. It's in the bay itself. You're kind of like at the water's edge at this point. Kind of the beach behind you and Tempest Bay, the town, like further beyond that, maybe like 150 feet.
So I'm thinking, okay, so what I would like to do is probably just draw a dagger and see if I can slash while I'm in its grasp.
Nice.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack with disadvantage since you are restrained.
Oh no!
Oh, good lord.
Ooh.
Five.
What was it?
5.
Oh,
Oh no!
I
that
am
is
not
not
rolling.
17.
No,
So it's not
I'm
going to
not
hit.
rolling. I'm just gonna hang out, y'all. Nice knowing you.
Venestra, you need to sage your dice, girl.
I do, man. Hey, it's what it is.
Oh, Lord. All right. Anything else you can do on your turn?
No,
Just more shame.
just feel more shame and hope I don't die.
Okay. At the end of your turn, then, the jellyfish is going to take a legendary action. It's going to make another tentacle attack. This time at Irshc.
Well, I'm already in it. So.
That is going to be 11 to hit.
That is a miss. Fast as fuck, boy.
Okay. So you see this tentacle coming like a mile away. You've got your senses trained on this creature, and you're able to easily roll out of it, which would trigger a reaction from you, correct?
Correct. So
Okay.
I am going to slash at it with my scimitar.
All right.
Ooh, yes. That would be a 28 to hit.
Jesus.
We borrow your dice next week.
I know. There's
Yeah, right.
You're on fire tonight.
I would settle for half your dice. That's all I would go for, really.
Yeah, that's a
we're
hit.
not
Go ahead and roll
kind.
for sandwich.
roll for
Yes,
sandwich. That would
love
be
that.
12 damage.
12 damage against the tentacle.
Slash.
Math.
Does this thing look like it's
Math.
hurt? I mean, like,
It is officially bloodied, which means it is below 50% of its hit points.
Ooh.
With that last attack.
ooh,
Okay.
all like
So yeah,
95%
you're
of them.
you're definitely
are
making
Irshc.
progress on it.
Sorry.
Oh,
And yeah, you can see like one of the
Progress on
pustules
it.
is like
I'm
one of
feeling
the pustules
good.
is like burst, and you can see this kind of like black ichor kind of like dripping from it, and it's like a mixture of like pus and blood and this like black ooze. It's not a pretty sight.
All right.
So that is its legendary action. Irshc, it is your turn.
All right. We are going to. We'll see if I can help release Kayleesha or Venestra with my scimitar.
Okay,
I appreciate it.
you're attacking that tentacle.
Yeah, I'm attacking that. Ooh, natty 20.
Yes!
Well done.
All right.
Okay, so your normal damage dice for this would be maxed, and then you roll an additional whatever your damage dice
So
are.
we got a D6 plus 6.
That would include your hunter's mark.
Oh, yeah, D6
Uh-oh.
plus 6
Ooh.
plus
So
5.
So what's your damage die for your scimitar?
D6.
Okay, so that's 6 damage plus 6 from your hunter's mark.
5 from my hunter's mark. And then there's a plus 6 on top.
What die is your hunter's mark?
A D6.
Okay, that's maximized
so
on the
it's
crit
maxed.
to 6.
Gotcha.
So it's 12.
Yeah, that's 12 damage, and then go ahead and roll damage like normal.
Okay, cool. 12 damage plus
Well done.
another 6, another 12.
Yes.
Well done.
Kill it.
Okay.
All right.
Did you roll a second die for your hunter's mark as well?
It's just the one oh yeah, that's right.
Because it is a crit.
Forgot about that one. That's just another one. So 25 damage
Okay.
altogether.
25 damage.
God.
Nice.
I vote that he gets at least half of the treasure for all this damage he's done.
Nero, is
And I'm
that all
sure
you
you'll
can think
hold it
about
for
over
me.
there?
Sorry.
Okay.
Look what I found.
So-
Oh, no, a portal.
So after like dealing damage against like one tentacle, you see that this creature is kind of like preoccupied with the pain that it received from that attack, and you use that opening to rush over to the tentacle kind of currently entangling Venestra, and you basically like with all of your might just like bring your scimitar down on it, and you manage to cleave straight through it where the tentacle, the portion that's like not holding Venestra currently, kind of like violently like wriggles and writhes in pain as it kind of like withdraws back closer towards the body of this creature. And the creepy thing is that it again makes no noise. It is just kind of like shapeless void, this soundless creature, but is clearly reacting in pain. And Venestra, you kind of like land on the ground. It's only like a few feet drop, so it doesn't like hurt or anything, but this kind of like tightly coiled muscle and sinew around you, except it's weird because it's not even that. It's more like hydraulic jelly, and it suddenly like releases its pressure on you, and like you can breathe normally again, and you can like move freely, and you're currently prone as you're kind of like laying there on the ground, but you're able to just kind of like wriggle yourself free of this kind of knot of this marine life around you.
Man, that was a lot of different kind of bondage I'm used to. Oh, man, well, intense.
Need some after.
Man,
That
Need
was
some
my
aftercare
first-
after this.
I
What was
I
really-
do. I
What
need
was your safe
aftercare.
word on that one?
That's later.
So,
That's later.
feeling good over cutting that tentacle in twain.
So Irshc, that's your action.
That was my first action.
Oh my
Yep.
god. Next action, I'll just kill the beast.
How do you get so many bonus actions? Like, I don't even
And people-
have any bonus
and
People say rangers suck.
I'm gonna go over
Except
here
the
and
New
suck
York
with another
Rangers.
level 2 ice
Except-
knife.
Oh, they really
Okay.
suck.
Up at the
Sorry, Irshc, one more time. What are you doing?
ice knife. I'm going to try to cast ice knife on the pustule that hasn't been affected just yet.
Nice.
Okay.
That's a 10.
Okay.
Oh.
So
Well-
kind of riding high on the success that you've had against this creature. You kind of like reach down and you wipe some of the like moisture and condensation off of the remains of the tentacle that you just cut off, and with like a flourish, you kind of form it into this ice knife, and you just yeet it at the jellyfish. And unfortunately, like your overconfidence is your weakness, and it goes wide and bounces off the kind of rounded surface of this creature.
But hit or miss, that still explodes.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
That's
Nice.
a
Thank
dex
you.
save.
That is a dex save of 14.
7. So that is a failure. Go ahead, roll for damage.
Nice.
Nice. So we're going to go to 3d6.
Oh, 3d6.
6. And as I roll that 6, I turn around and say, it's just been revoked.
Oh
Man,
my god.
Venestra's
Okay.
lying down thinking, this fucking guy right now.
So,
Oh,
But thank you, Irshc.
so it you have the last laugh as this thing kind of explodes, even bouncing off the surface of this creature. That's 6 points of damage, but it doubles to 12 because it is this pustule. And yeah, it's clearly damaged, not burst yet, but it is clearly having a profound effect on this creature.
Nice. Is it within 5 feet of the pustule that's already goofed up?
It would be. So that would be an additional 12 points of damage. Yeah, and that second pustule just bursts as it kind of like freezes over, and like as it bursts, like some of it are like these kind of like hard frozen chunks, but then other of it is just like this kind of like liquid detritus as it just kind of like pours forth and kind of pools in the bay beneath it, like chum in the water. Yeah, it's disgusting.
Nerho,
Fish
come
start
wash
floating
your
'cause
eyes
it's dead.
out.
Whoa, nice. Thank you.
It's perfect.
Okay. Anything else in your turn, Irshc?
That's all. Just
That's it. I mean,
That's it. I mean, come
That's
on.
it?
You want nothing
I
else?
mean,
oh,
sure you
Jesus.
got nothing else?
hey, listen.
Carry your weight,
there's
for
one
Christ's
left.
sake.
Have at it, guys.
Okay. At the end of your turn, the jellyfish is going to take its second legendary action for this round, and that's a tentacle attack on you, Irshc.
Ah,
Oh, boy.
So that is a 21 to hit.
That is a hit.
Okay.
Way to go. Now you can't attack first. Way to go.
Okay. Okay. That is going to be 20 points of bludgeoning damage as it makes this retaliatory attack against you, and kind of like fighting like a cornered, endangered creature. It attacks with like a ferocity that you're not quite expecting, and it manages to topple you, and then this like tentacle like just completely wraps itself around you, and you find yourself entangled in this kind of like writhing mass of this kind of like cold, almost like spongy kind of gelatinous life. And I don't know if you've experienced something quite like this, unless you've been to some very exotic clubs. But yeah, take 20 points of
I'm
bludgeoning
feeling it.
damage, and you are grappled and restrained.
Now, question outside.
Yes.
I do have a gift of the gem dragon, which is telekinetic reprisal. I wonder if I could use that here. When I take damage from a creature within 10 feet, you can use your reaction to force the creature to make a strength saving throw. On a failure, the target takes 2d8 force damage and is pushed 10 feet away. On a success, the target takes half that damage and does not get pushed. Is that something I could use as in this?
Yes. I would say in this case it would push the tentacle away.
Right.
Rather than you. Does it say anything about it negating the attack or making
No.
the attack miss?
Just if
Okay.
there's a hit on the attack, then I can use it. If I take damage.
Okay.
Anyway.
What's the DC on the saving throw?
14 on a strength saving throw.
It rolled a 15, so it's going to succeed, but it'll still take half damage.
It'll
What's the
take,
damage on that?
2d8, so it'll be half 2d8.
All right,
That
roll for
is
sandwich.
11, so 5.5.
Okay.
Round up.
That would round down to 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, at this point, it is, like, not looking good, but it's still able to, like, maintain a grasp on you as you kind of telekinetically react to this creature and try to punish it as much as possible. You kind of dig in with that kind of gemstone dragon energy, but it's not enough to be able to knock yourself loose from its grasp.
Now I'm a TV dinner.
It's gonna be chum.
Okay. That's its legendary action, and now it is its turn. And yeah, Irshc, you're going for a ride. It's gonna fling you.
Oh no!
I got
no.
flung with me.
I hope you're hungry.
I got him flung.
I
I
get flung. I don't want to get flung.
I'm
Mouth
better to
full
be
of sand.
wound up.
So as it kind of like as you kind of like retaliate against it, it's almost personal at this point.
I think
Like,
yeah, that's understandable.
This is not like it might be sentient, but it's not acting in ways that you're familiar with as far as sentient creatures go. But if it had any kind of sentience, it would be like seething with rage against you, and it's just kind of like flings you up and just kind of like
Oh.
throws you like a dart into the beach. And much like your pal Nero, you make like a huge divot in the what's it
Much
called in
larger
golf?
divot.
The sand trap. You make a huge divot in the sand trap, just like kicking up like a plume of sand as you land. And you take 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are now prone.
And sand is everywhere.
Suck it, Anakin.
Yeah, you're gonna have a bad time. That's the jellyfish's turn. Kayleesha, you are up. Nero, you're on deck.
Okay, this is gonna be a weird question, but does it have a mouth?
It doesn't seem to.
What
It's just
mouth?
kind of like this gelatinous blob that has kind of like a crown and like a bulbous shape to it, followed by like this almost formless kind of body to it underneath the head. That's kind of like covered in like seaweed and this kind of like trawling net that it has managed to get itself entangled in, or is like kind of dragging along with it, kind of like leading up to the head. And then it's got these tentacles kind of like poking out from underneath.
Okay. I'm going to attempt this anyway, okay? Because there has to be a way for it to react to what I want to do. I want to cast Hideous Laughter on it. It has to make a wisdom saving throw of 14 or higher, or it will fall prone in fits of hilariously funny laughter. And then it's incapacitated and unable to stand up for the duration. Does it have an intelligence score of 4 or less?
3.
Ooh.
Shit, it's not gonna work then. Okay.
Not gonna work.
Well, I'm still next to it, right? Like I'm still like right there.
Yeah, you like just healed Venestra, and then you witnessed Irshc like right next to you, just kind of like cleave through this tentacle,
Right.
and you're just kind of like caught in between.
Okay. Then hey, I'm gonna grow some nails and do some primal savagery. I can't say that word
All right.
tonight.
There's gonna be a TikTok clip. How many times she tried to say this?
So the tentacle that was holding Venestra kind of like recoiled in pain as it was cut through. So you would have to travel like another 15 feet probably to like find a tentacle within striking range.
Okay.
It's either that or like approach the jellyfish itself, which is like 30 feet out into the water.
You know, if it
Pustule.
was more in but I don't have ice knives like you do. Oh, okay. Fuck it. We're gonna try to go for a pustule then.
Okay.
I'll cast.
Okay. I'm just gonna go for the pustule.
That is 14 to hit.
14 is gonna miss, unfortunately. Sorry.
17.
Don't need new dice.
Oh.
There you go.
Whew.
You know, Irshc.
What are you attacking it with?
Wiped it. I was gonna attack it with call lightning again and get that lightning bolt centered on the last pustule.
Is that your cantrip?
Yeah, you reach out, but just between the rigor of the last fight and this one,
Oh,
you're
man.
sufficiently rattled that it's just hard to aim true to target, and it's gonna bounce off, unfortunately.
I just can't perform this spell with Nero in my presence.
What the fuck? I'm sorry.
Y'all can do whatever you later.
All I can picture is Nero saying, "Carpet shock, carpet shock."
Y'all need to talk about this next.
Apparently, everything from the past comes for the future. Welcome to marriage life.
He has PTSD from using the spell.
Nero is your anti-spell. All right.
Lightning in a storm.
Anything else on your turn?
No, that's all.
All right. That brings us to you, Nero. You are up. Venestra, you're on deck.
No
So he looks
one
at
to
his
see
wrist.
if we got help coming yet.
Yes. He looks at his wrist. Typical government. They're not here yet. It'll be done by the time they get here. So Irshc has been commanding the entire attack and destroying this beast in front of us. He's been focusing on these pustules on the crown of this jellyfish, correct?
Yes.
Would we say that the 2 out of the 3 pustules are done?
Oh yeah, they're like burst. They're like dripping down, more of like a mixture of like
Dripping with-
blood and pus and that like black Icarus ooze.
Okay.
So yeah, it's
So there's
kinda gross,
one
but there's
left.
one left.
There's one left. I will aim at that third one with a acid laden arrow.
Ooh.
Let's see if this actually works.
It's flavored.
Please, dear fucking Lord, roll hard.
Yeah.
17 plus 2 is 19.
That's enough. Roll for sandwich.
Yes!
At long last.
Okay, so this is going to be 1d6 for the arrow and 2d8 for the. Well, does it affect? Is it affected by poison damage?
It would be, yeah.
All right. 5 plus 1, motherfucker. 7, 8. What did I say? 1.
5
Is it 8
motherfucker.
1 motherfucker, 2 motherfucker.
3 motherfucker. 4.
I said what?
Motherfucker.
5 plus 7.
5 plus 7,
So
so
5
12 damage.
Yes, 12 damage. And
Okay, doubled to
will we-
24.
Ooh. Oh, really?
As you hit the
What?
pustule.
What?
Nice.
What happened? You got it?
The pustules are
I
double
got it.
damage.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, and they take. Okay, sorry, they have to do a DC 14. 14 sorry, 14 Constitution roll of 14 for the poison damage.
That's an 18 plus math, so it succeeds.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Yes.
So then you have to, and the creature must move 16, become poison for. Okay, so they actually that's negated then. So it's 7 times 2 is 14 damage.
14 instead of 22?
Correct.
24.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So not quite as much damage as expected, but the arrow does fly true and kind of puncture this kind of hideous pustule. And I mean, it's kind of hard to tell from this distance, but it seems the kind of inner health and constitution of this creature is enough to resist the measly little poison you applied. But maybe in other circumstances it would have been fine. So that's your action?
That's it. Yeah.
Anything else?
Yep. No, that's it.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. Top of the round. You all hear some like footsteps approaching, but it seems like one set, and it seems like really heavy, and coming from the direction of the town, and it sounds like they're at like a full sprint, and they're plodding along, and you just hear this like, doo, 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 doo. And turning to look, you see a familiar sight. It is Zubov, and he is with one hand pushing a siege weapon, this like kind of giant God, what is it called? Like the kind of giant crossbow thing that they have?
Yeah.
Catapult?
Like they shoot at a dragon, like a big spear like thing, right?
Not a catapult, but a giant crossbow thing. We'll go with that for now.
Scorpion.
Yeah, like a big spear.
Sure.
Yeah.
Close enough. He's like pushing, it's like on wheels, and he's with one hand pushing it, and on the other shoulder, he just is carrying this like massive bolt that is loaded into this thing.
Nice.
And you're familiar enough with city guards that this is like a crew operated weapon. It takes like 2 people to push this, like 2 people to load it, and 1 person to fire. And he is just at a full sprint.
Yes!
And you see like 6 city guards like desperately trying to like keep up after him. And for who knows what reason, he's gotten roped into this and seems to be helping the city guards out. And as he arrives, he's like not even like out of breath at all. He just like sees you are, and he's just like, friends. And he's just like plants down the siege weapon and gets ready to load it. So we're gonna roll him into initiative.
Yes!
It's like walking through Walmart with a cart, like a bag of food on his shoulder.
Yeah, he's carrying like a big old 50 pounds. Looks like I'm carrying a bag of dog food on his shoulders.
Exactly.
Ballista. It's a ballista. He's got a ballista. That's what it is.
Ballista. Thank you. Ballista. That's the one.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Unfortunately,
that visual.
Unfortunately, he's going to go after the jellyfish. So, Venestra, you are up. Top of the round. What do you do?
I am actually going to use my cantrip of Toll the Dead.
Oh.
Okay.
So, got to be within 60 feet. So, I point at the creature. The sound of dolorous bells fill the air around it for a moment. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or take 1d8 necrotic damage. If the target is missing any of its hit points, it instead takes 1d12 necrotic damage.
Ooh.
There you go. Okay. Make a spell attack roll then.
Well, that'd only be 11.
Oh.
I am not doing well tonight.
Unfortunately, it's not going to work. You kind of point out and you tap that kind of well of undead energy that you're connected to, and this kind of like ominous bell kind of fills the air, but unfortunately, there's still like all the other bells of the town going off and resounding at this point that it's kind of drowned out, and it just doesn't seem to have an effect. It's not able to find purchase.
It's not Vernie's night.
Great use of spells, though.
Fortunately.
I know, I'm trying.
It's a good idea.
They're just not hitting.
Dice don't have it.
It's the dice.
Nope.
It's the dice.
Okay. Anything else on your turn?
No.
All right. Irshc, you are up.
All right.
What do you do?
Yeah, might as well. All right. We're going to use my last second level here to throw one last level to Ice Knife.
Nice.
Okay.
And that would be a 21 to hit.
21 hits. Go ahead and roll for sandwich.
He has the magic die tonight. Somebody had to.
Dice are with you.
Right?
He's only been gone for like 55 weeks.
Right.
Making up for it all in one go.
Yes.
There you go.
Thank God. We'd all be dead, probably.
11 piercing damage.
All right. Nice. Targeting the pustule.
Targeting the pustule, yes. Oh, and
Okay.
11, And so that would be 14 damage with the Hunter's Mark.
Okay. So
And then once
total
again, it also
23.
explodes.
Because double
Sorry,
damage.
what was the
yeah.
damage for the before the Hunter's Mark?
It was 11 before the Hunter's Mark.
Okay. An additional 13 with the Hunter's Mark?
It was another 3, so 14.
Okay, 14 total. Got it.
Yes.
Okay, so 14 points of damage, and then it explodes.
That explodes you for a dexterity save to calculate.
Okay. 18.
It saves. So the each 16 of dexterity save. You succeeded, so the cold damage does not take effect.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So
Lame.
it
Jeez.
One doesn't blow.
so you actually like throw it so hard that it like passes through the pustule and then travels out a short distance away from the jellyfish itself before it kind of like explodes in the air.
Nice. One done.
So maybe not quite as effective as you would have hoped, but still pretty good hit.
They're pretty cool. And all right, so then we're going to fire a ray of frost at that pustule for my second.
Okay. Roll an attack.
7.
Oh.
That
Ain't
one's
won 'em
going
all.
back in the box.
All right. So as you kind of like follow up with that attack with a ray of frost with your other hand, it just doesn't seem to find purchase. This kind of luck that you've rolled with all night seems to have run out as it's basically a glancing blow against the skin of this creature. Just doesn't quite connect.
And that's all I've got.
Okay. It is going to take a legendary action at the end of your turn, and it's going to make a tentacle attack, this time against Kayleesha.
Oh no.
But I don't like hentai.
Oh no.
That's a 24 to hit.
That's a hit. Ow.
Ooh, that was almost max damage. You take 24 points of bludgeoning damage as this thing crashes down into you.
Oof.
There's a 2d10. I rolled a 9 and a 10. Plus
That
5.
24? You said
24
24
points.
damage?
Oof.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Is that
down,
enough?
you guys. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm down.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Okay.
Down.
Uh-oh.
As you're kind of like
Down.
taking in the situation, you see Zubov arrive. You see Irshc kind of do his thing, and Venestra try to use Toll the Dead on it. You don't realize that there's this colossal tentacle heading right for you, and it catches you blindsided, and kind of blackness takes you as you are unconscious.
I am unconscious.
So we'll deal with that when we get to your turn. But yeah, this tentacle kind of like crashes into you and like finds itself around you, but you're not even awake enough to feel its kind of restrictive hold on you as it takes hold of your now limp body. And now it's its turn.
What are your hit points down to?
0.
Oh shit.
I know, I'm down. I am unconscious. I have to do my three rolls to see if I'll live. Oh no.
Am I going to be a dick?
Be a dick. Be a dick. Be. Not to me.
Of course,
Not
Nero
to
would
me.
say that.
I'm currently unconscious and having an out-of-body experience saying, Nero, you little prick.
Yeah. Why don't you blame me for something else at this point? Go for the
Saying,
triptych.
Nero, you little rat
You
bastard.
didn't hear my ghost, Nero.
I'm gonna haunt you
So-
for your life, you bastard.
So this gargantuan, kind of corrupted jellyfish sea creature, 2 out of 3 pustules now like bleeding, clearly cut up, like one sliced tentacle writhing, has now got a hold of the now unconscious Kayleesha, and it is going to lift Kayleesha into the air and fling her down into Irshc. So Irshc, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Ooh. All right.
Dang.
I'm
Insult
a
to
weapon.
injury. He's been gone for like 16 weeks.
You hit me with the elf.
Yeah,
23.
23 succeeds.
You dodged the
So-
lifeless body.
You you dodge Kayleesha, but
Thanks
Like,
for
right
catching
next to you.
me, you douche.
Kayleesha hits the beach like a golf ball into a sand trap, just like picking up all this sand, and it gets all over you. You thought you had sand before, you got even more now. But Kayleesha, you do suffer damage, which means you automatically fail 1 death saving throw.
Oh no!
I was like,
Oh,
oh,
That sucks.
I'm sorry, it's the jellyfish doing it, not me.
Yes,
Thanks
it's
for catching me,
jellyfish.
Irshc. That's what my ghost is saying right now.
All right, now it's Zubov's turn. So Zubov's
Please,
turn.
Zubov.
Kayleesha, you're on deck.
Okay.
So at this point,
Got
Zubov
my
is
guy.
going to go ahead and he plants the ballista down into the ground so it's nice and stable, and he's going to aim it, and then he's going to fire at this thing.
Good.
Hit the pustule. Hit the pustule.
So
Sorry.
he, as he like kind of slams the ballista in place and like aims it, he takes this kind of huge bolt that's he's carrying over his shoulder and just kind of like slams it down into place, and then with just like a meaty fist, just kind of like hammers down onto the release for this ballista, and it just goes flying, and it hits its target straight and true, right into the pustule, and that's going to be enough to take it out.
Yes.
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 So
Zubov saved
ear-
the day.
So what's eerie about this is that even with the
I knew it.
fatal blow that it's just suffered, there's not a sound from this creature, where it's clearly writhing and acting in pain, but then it just kind of like collapses into the surf, and it's kind of like gently washed ashore, and as it beaches, it kind of like disintegrates, where getting a closer look at this creature, you can see that it's almost like a colony of these invertebrate gelatinous creatures that have kind of like formed itself into like a massive body and have somehow kind of like grown tentacles from it. And that will end combat. As you kind of like catch your breath, the kind of like salty air from the bay kind of like filling your lungs and your nostrils. You take stock of the situation, and at this point, the tide of battle has turned, no pun intended. And it seems like most of the remaining city guards have managed to fight off the rest of the creatures, and of those that remain, Zubov and the other city guards are basically doing what they can to either fend them off themselves in close combat, or in Zubov's case, he's just loading bolt after bolt into this ballista and just like aiming it at like any survivors,
the
and
whole-
just like
Taking out 4 of them at the same time, like shish kebabbing them.
Yeah. So the scene is safe. You are able to kind of collect yourselves, but Kayleesha, I need you to go ahead and make a death saving throw for me, please.
Okay.
Yeah, she saw none of this because she's dead, so she has no idea what's going on right now, by the way.
I have no idea.
She's dead.
Oh, what the fuck? I got a 1.
Are you serious?
That's not,
Yeah, I'm
that's not
serious.
good.
Oof.
Let me check
I'm-
Oh
something.
boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you roll a 1, that's
That's no bueno.
Oh shit! I have a 1, you guys.
That's like
Did
how
I
I've been
just
rolling all
die
night.
for reals?
Ew.
Just died for reals,
There's
didn't
no
I?
bueno.
Let me check. Let me check.
Okay.
uh-oh.
Oh shit!
On a natural 1, on a death saving throw, you fail 2 death saves.
Oh,
Shit.
I'm
That's
dead.
3.
no.
So as you kind of gather yourselves together and taking in the scene, you look around and see Kayleesha like half buried in the sand, no longer moving, no longer breathing. And as you go and check on her, you find that the color has disappeared from her skin. She's kind of this icy blue cold. As
No, I was
the-
already blue. I'm a moon.
There you
I was already blue. That's my
It's even
natural
more-
color.
You're dead. You can't talk.
Stop arguing!
You're even more pale at this point. As
Holy shit!
whatever
though.
color,
Holy shit!
whatever color in life was a part of your pallor in your skin has now vanished, and you're no longer breathing. And Kayleesha is no more.
Oh my fucking god!
That's where we're gonna end things for tonight.
Oh no! No! Oh
No! I don't want to be a cliffhanger.
And she's
Hey,
blurred
my
out
camera
of
won't even-
existence.
Now it's
There
like
you
my
go.
camera
Now-
thinks I'm dead. And
Oh,
my ears
shit.
didn't even fall off.
Shit just got real.
Damn.
Well,
Clark? Clark, is that you?
no! Would you like a cup of coffee, Kayleesha? Sit up against
Ooh.
the bar. Where's everybody else?
They're still alive.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's not good.
Whoa.
Clark,
Holy
I haven't
shit
eaten
balls.
Okay.
in like 24 hours. Clark, can you make me some pancakes?
For you, anything. Where's everybody else? Why is it so bright here?
They're still alive.
Oh shit.
Hey, did you see when that octopus thing threw Nerho? That was really funny.
I laughed at that too. It's about time that little shit got something.
I missed you,
Ooh.
Clark.
Wow.
Okay, y'all.
Wow. I
That-
died.
Hell of a night.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that kind of ending, but
I
there it
wasn't
is.
either.
That's a wild.
Kayleesha, even though you're like disembodied, would you like to announce something for something coming up soon?
I would absolutely. You guys, tomorrow night, it's going to be Saturday, the June the 17th, I believe. If you're seeing this in the future, you're going to want to tune into Pop My Culture on YouTube at 9 p.m. Eastern. That would be 6 p.m. Pacific time. Shanti and Josh are going to be interviewing none other than Mr. Aaron, the DM up there. And he's going to talk about how he killed me tonight.
Yeah. We're gonna be talking about how I'm a player killer now. Oops.
So, what's it like being a murderer?
Ugh.
He's an elf killer. Elf killer.
Oh man.
Kaylee,
It's gonna be a fun time, y'all.
Yeah.
That's okay. Venestra almost bit it too. She's an elf.
Ooh.
Stay tuned for next week at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific at the Red 5 Tavern. And see if Kayleesha gets a proper burial. I don't know.
Oh.
Falconhoof, where are you?
That was a
Ooh.
great dice rolls.
The world
right
may
to
never
the
know.
end that caused that.
Wow.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the new moon dice that our daughter got me for Mother's Day.
Wow.
Thanks
Some
a lot, asshole.
Thanks a lot, Cassie.
You suck.
Damn
You
it,
need a
Cassie,
glass
it's
of
your
Pepsi
fault.
water.
You can tell her that too next time you talk to her. I know.
Sandra, you are so grounded right now. I don't care that you're 25.
Oh my god.
Holy crap.
Oh,
Wow.
okay. Thanks for tuning in, y'all, to another
Yeah.
episode of Red 5 Tavern. I don't know how to end it, but here we go.
Forever, friend.
Kayleesha already did it.
Bye
All right.
forever.
Take care, y'all.